Are you an Amazon seller that's hit a sales plateau and you just don't know how to break it? Well, it's likely because you don't have very good brand assets. If you're just an FBA seller, don't really have any sort of e-commerce presence outside of Amazon, maybe you're relying on the brand assets you used at the beginning of your FBA journey, and it's just time that you've outgrown them and got something a little bit nicer. Today, I'm going to show you what I consider to be a good brand asset, as well as how to source them, both static image content and video content. Welcome back to the Sunken Stone channel, where brands, agencies, and DIYers exchange tips, tricks, and tutorials on how to sell better on Amazon. If you like the video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. It's going to let you know when we submit new videos. It's going to keep you up to date on the changes that's happening to the Amazon landscape, and it's going to give you lots of awesome tips on how to sell better on Amazon. The channel is full of awesome content to help you sell better, everything between inventory, customer service, and lots of advertising. So if you like this, give it a like and check out our other videos. And with that, let's get started. All right, so here we go. We're talking about brand assets. Why are they important? Why do you need better brand assets? What does that look like? I'm gonna talk about all that here in just one moment. So brand assets, what exactly do I mean by that? So this is pretty much every piece of creative content that's attached to your brand. So one of the best examples I have of really good brand assets is Bulletproof. So I do not like Bulletproof. MCT oil in my coffee tastes gross, not into it, but they do have great branding, so we're going to talk about them. Bulletproof. So some of their like here we have this headline search ad, 4-star, 4-star, 3.5-star. By Amazon supplement standards, that's like kind of low, but I spend a lot of time on Amazon and I don't honestly notice, because look at how it's not all the same, but it has very consistent geometry with their branding. They obviously spent a decent amount to get this all dialed in. Their collagen protein bar products have like just a multi-pack, so you can see all the different bars that are in there. It's not closed, which I love. Here you have this multi-pack that has all the products featured in the picture, all like on top of each other. I think that's awesome. This video is very nice. See, you have like the text overlays. Most people know what MCT oil is if they're searching for something like Bulletproof. So sourced from purely, this is moving a little bit too fast for me to speak on. Flavorless is more about the advantages versus other competitors than it is actually like educating you what an MCT oil is. So Amazon is comparison search engine. So they do a very good job of making sure all their products stack up when compared against other products, especially for like this video right here. When you're scrolling through Bulletproof, all you see is Bulletproof. So here's the full lineup of ads is them. They have all these different products. They can't necessarily control what shows up organically, but they've done a good enough job branding their products and getting them all sales such that there's no other competitors here. It's completely dominated, and you would think so. Finally, we get to Vital Proteins, which is actually a bestseller in collagen supplements. It has the badge, even when I'm searching just Bulletproof, which normally would be really tough because one of their main products is this collagen protein. But you have to scroll really far in order to get down here. And I think part of the reason is because all of their items are branded really, really well. So they all end up getting sales for people who search for Bulletproof. So they've got this whole front page pretty short up. They've done a very good job. Let's click into one of the detail pages. We're going to go for this collagen protein. So here we have very nice cut sheets. They took the time to put the shadow around the package. Nice cut sheet stuff here. Product details, but it's still stylized. Same thing here. These assets shouldn't take you that long to make if you just hire someone to do it for you. If you're curious about what it looks like to get someone to produce brand assets for you, follow the link right here. It's to our brand asset, how to source good brand assets video. That there I'll go exactly into what that looks like. But even in this sponsored scroll, like look at all of they're completely saturated their own spots in the frequently bought together. It's all them. They've done such a good job of making sure that when you're looking at Bulletproof coffee, you get Bulletproof. Like every single spot is filled up with their products. I love that. so as an advertiser, that's such a good move to have it completely filled up. Bulletproof does such a good job. If you're ever curious, like my suggestion would be, if you're ever curious about what is a good brand asset, obviously you can watch this video, but just go through some of your top searches. Like if you're more of a tech product, we'll look at headphones and see what kind of stuff you like. If when you're in doubt, just search for other products, other brands that are similar to yours, see what you like, and then take the examples that you come up with to the person that's doing your creative assets. That's the easiest way to get exactly what you want. And just say, like, either combine this and this, find some happy medium, or just do something that's really similar to this. Like if you had a supplement line, if it was different than Bulletproof, obviously, if you're copying them exactly, you'd be second place. But if you're selling some supplements and you have like a weak brand, you want to improve it, you might even just say, hey, do something similar to this. Like it could be that simple. Now I would hope that you would differentiate a little bit and draw inspiration from other sources. But if you really have to move, it's as simple as that. Wanted to share another thing with you. So I typed in snacks. You've got these very nice, so what I love about some of these entries is you've got them like popping out of the box. They seem really like, look at how full that looks. Crave box care package. This is, I don't know if this is a reseller or what the business model is here, but it's got 24,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. Most likely this is just a resell, but they're doing excellent because look at how nice that is. They gave all the products these nice, thick, dark outlines. Looks awesome. But what really drew my eye was this video, this Oreo video. I'm really hungry right now, so I'm watching this Oreo video, starving. But it really caught my eye. All the, like I said before, all the products popping out of the package. It looks just very, very full, very bountiful. So I clicked into here, looking at this. You know, it's letting me know everything that's inside. Visit the Oreo store, and all their products are like this. They've got this nice little picture here, stay playful, this branded banner image, which I think is very nice. And as you keep scrolling, all of these pictures look like you're getting so much food. Like, look at that, $14 for all that. You know, when you got the box, you might be like, it wasn't like, this is probably a $14 worth. But when you're scrolling on Amazon, which is where you make the purchase, it looks like so much stuff because it's they went through the effort to make it pop out of this box, which I think is just such a good move. All their stuff is like that. You're scrolling through the store. I mean, if I wasn't so sugar conscious right now, I'd probably pick up one of these things. It looks very, very nice. Last thing I wanted to touch on, OtterBox. So I've mentioned OtterBox in some of my other videos. I think they do a great job in a really competitive market like phone cases. Have a very nice, tough sort of design language. Like here's it with some sawdust on it. Like that to me is a nice little image of like, this is how tough the product is. And then you've got this very nice video. You've got like consistent typefaces. You've got this custom video, an example showing it like assembling itself so you get an idea of what's going on. The product is dynamic, it's moving, #1 selling smartphone case in America. They got away with doing that. I'm surprised that the video didn't get blocked, but looks very nice. If you dive into the actual product itself, you've got very nice descriptive images. You've got it from a bunch of different dimensions. But then you have this cut sheet that lets you know all the details while also showing you the product at the same time. I think that looks very good. And this I would describe as branding. Like if you're not trying to go for such a like maybe you have a product that doesn't lend itself, like it's maybe it's like replacement parts for air conditioners. Something that, you want to think like, how am I going to brand this? I don't really need branding, but I still want it to look nice. I still want to take your advice. What should I do? Something like this, like it's not, popping with tons of colors and all this language. It doesn't have all these like catchy slogans and people enjoying the product. How are you going to show someone enjoying replacing AC parts? But here you just have like a very nice, a bunch of different images, very high res, showing exactly what goes into the product, like how it's constructed, why it's better. Very simple, the video itself, but it's a similar video, just nice shots of the product, some unique identifying things that make it better. it getting hit with debris, it's fine. A little bit of CGI on top, but nothing over the top. Really good high-res images of the product itself. It's a great looking video. So when you're considering what you need to do to make better brand assets, use some of the examples that I've used so far as like sources of inspiration. Do your own searches, and once again, follow this video link if you're curious about how exactly to source that creative talent in order to get the brand assets that you need. So the reason brands often hit these sales plateaus when they're advertising is that they run out of non-brand keywords to target, or you're just sort of doing bid modifications on your existing set of non-brand keywords. This can help you sort of optimize your sales for what you have, but oftentimes they're really good keywords just sitting below the surface. You need to do a little bit of special mining to find them, but it can really help you sort of find new avenues to rank for better organically and just get more sales for. So I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. I have the ASIN in question reverse searched in Cerebro. There are other reverse ASIN tools you can use. I like to use Cerebro, but whichever ones display organic rank and search volume, that's pretty much all you're going to need. So, well, and sponsored rank, ideally, but not necessary. So here we have, it's actually a different ASIN because we're doing a dead account, but normally this would be the exact way you would want to do it, and it's a similar product, so it works. So what you're going to want to do is look at keywords. So this process can take a really short amount of time. It can take a really long amount of time, depending on how familiar you are with your ad campaigns or how granular you want to get. But in this case, I'm looking for big disparities between sponsored rank and organic rank. And the reason I want to look for that is you want to look for the things that you're not necessarily targeting right now. So a low sponsored rank would indicate that maybe you're getting it with a research campaign or an automatic campaign, or you're not really targeting the keyword that you're supposed to be targeting with as much precision as you need to be. So in this case, low sponsored rank, high organic rank, and we have polymailer misspelled. So I have two tabs open here. I have one tab for inputting keywords, and then I have another tab for searching them. So we're going to look up polymailer misspelled. When we do that, we don't find any keywords showing up, which means we're not targeting it. So this is our research. You would want to do this for your research and your exact, depending on how you have it set up. We have it with an automatic keyword cascade. So the converting keywords from the research go to the performance, which helps us keep it efficient. But if you don't have that, just have both ad groups open. So you can see that we don't have polymailer. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this and put it into this input. So broad match, instead of you can do suggested bids, or if you have a good idea of what your bid is supposed to be, you can just set your bid floor and then just let it optimize from there. So I'm going to put in polymailer and make sure it's there. Next, I'm going to avoid these colored ones, although this is a quick tip. If you have a parent with a bunch of different color variations, you can have all those variations live in the same ad group you run most of your primary keywords in. But if you're getting colored keywords that are coming in through your search term report, like here we have peach, blue, coral, those are the different colors that we're ranking for. I would go ahead and create separate color ad groups featuring only the children that are that color, and then just run all those keywords to those. Just a quick little optimization tip. It'll really help you convert for those. Your click-through rate and conversion rate is going to be really high on those specific colors. Same thing with flavors if you're selling like a snack product. So here I'm going to avoid these colored ones. I know for a fact we have polymailer large in our normal ad group, but here we have the shipping bags clothing. Let's try this one as well. So we're going to go here. We're going to search it. Haven't found it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in this lineup. So you're just going to keep adding these keywords that aren't present in your campaign. Another thing you can do with this information, so like that polymailer bag misspelled that we're ranking really well for, you can type in, so the main sort of differentiating factor of that keyword is that it has poly misspelled. So if I type in poly, I can see that we have this one poly bubble mailer envelope. So it stands to reason that if we're doing really well for the misspelling, we could be doing well for other misspellings. So I could just go ahead and bid this up, just using that information that we gathered from this organic rank search. Another thing is if you found, so like that shipping bags clothing I showed you. So clothing is something, Poly mailers aren't necessarily made for clothing, but a lot of people use them for that purpose. So we can look up clothing, don't have any clothing keywords. So we know that we can add in like shipping bag clothing, other things like that. Anytime you see a clothing keyword in this lineup, you could just go ahead and add it knowing you don't have any clothing type keywords in your lineup. And just repeating this process through all your different, I would go to maybe like, just depending on how many. So like, this is 100. I would say like 100 results doing this would be good, or up to like your 20th organic placement, whichever one is lower. Just doing this process for that whole thing is going to find you a lot of really good keywords that you can start targeting and making additional sales for. And there you have it. For more great tips on how to set up your Amazon PPC campaigns, check out this video. This is our just basic how to set up Amazon PPC campaigns. It's going to be really helpful. If you want a copy of our Amazon advertising hierarchy, which contains the way that we name and set up campaigns and which ones to prioritize, please follow the link in the description. It's a really, really helpful reference guide. I would have this open while you're setting up campaigns or if you're renaming campaigns. If you set up your campaigns this way, the way that we say in the hierarchy, you're gonna have a lot easier of a time optimizing your campaigns and keeping everything organized. If you want more tips on how to reduce your ACoS, check out this video. It's our 7 tips to reduce campaign-wide ACoS. Really helpful stuff. Yeah, you could be saving thousands of dollars just from that video view alone.